If you believe in Jesus Christ, then please hit the like button. The polished, pious, and seemingly impenetrable image of the Kirk family has been shattered by a series of devastating, earth-shaking revelations that have left the entire conservative community in a state of absolute, paralyzing shock. What was once universally hailed as the gold standard of Christian leadership and traditional family values is now being interrogated at its very core, as reports explode that Charlie Kirk's parents have stepped into the fray to demand a DNA test. A move that signals a total collapse of trust following the emergence of a scandalous leaked tape that allegedly unmasks Erika Kirk's secret life. For years, Erika meticulously cultivated a brand of untouched Christian virtue, presenting herself as a woman of discipline who avoided the pitfalls of the modern dating scene to remain devoted solely to her home and her husband. However, this carefully constructed narrative is now unraveling at the seams with violent speed, as harrowing audio evidence surfaces, suggesting she was actively maintaining a clandestine relationship with an ex-boyfriend right behind Charlie's back. This isn't merely a matter of idle whispers or internet gossip. These are gravity-defying accusations where the timelines being questioned by Charlie's own parents reportedly align with chilling, surgical precision to specific gaps in Erika's history, timelines that Charlie himself had long found suspicious, yet was perhaps too guarded or too protective of the movement to confront in the blinding light of the public eye while he was leading the charge for Turning Point USA. We are witnessing the possible disintegration of a legacy, as the shadows of the past finally catch up to the present, leaving a family and a nation of followers demanding the truth that only a scientific test can provide. The situation has officially shifted from the hushed whispers of private marital doubt into the volatile territory of a full-scale family intervention, as the Kirk elders are reportedly no longer willing to protect a polished facade if the very foundation of their sacred lineage is in question. This isn't just a disagreement behind closed doors. It is a battle for the truth of a legacy, fueled by the unsettling discovery of a past that Erika Kirk tried desperately to bury under a cloak of traditionalist virtue. The suspicion didn't just appear out of thin air. It deepened into a dark cloud of uncertainty when old, long-forgotten footage and digital breadcrumbs from social media began to resurface, placing Erika in neon-lit social circles and compromising romantic involvements that stand in direct, jarring contradiction to her public claims of a quiet, sheltered, and pious history. This dramatic escalation includes the shocking excavation of her time on Bravo's summer house, where the world saw a version of Erika that was a far cry from the untouched figure she later presented, sipping drinks in the Hamptons and navigating the messy world of reality TV dating. Further complicating this web are her documented attachments to professional athlete JT Massey and the senior editor of the Daily Wire, Kat Phillips. These aren't just names. They are chapters of a life that suggest her meeting with Charlie wasn't a random act of fate, but a masterfully orchestrated rebrand. As the Kirk parents push for the ultimate scientific proof, the air is thick with a sense of betrayal that threatens to consume everything Charlie built. This is no longer just a marriage under fire, it is a war for the truth, and the world is watching to see if the Kirk family was built on solid rock or on a foundation of expertly crafted lies. The details of this investigation are nothing short of explosive, echoing through the halls of the movement like a thunderclap that refuses to be silenced. Evidence has emerged of a high-profile, deeply attached relationship with professional athlete JT Massey, alongside a quiet and highly suspicious overlap with the Daily Wire's Kat Phillips, names that now serve as markers for a past Erika Kirk allegedly tried to erase from existence. These aren't just casual acquaintances or brief encounters. These are entire chapters of a secret life that paint a vivid, undeniable, and haunting picture of a woman who was once deeply embedded in the very party-heavy, Hamptons-dwelling, secular lifestyle she later claimed to have never even touched. The narrative of the untouched Christian woman is being methodically and ruthlessly dismantled by these ghosts of her past, leaving the Kirk family to wonder, in their darkest hours, who she really was when the cameras weren't rolling and the stage lights were dimmed. Even more chilling and heart-wrenching are the growing rumors that Charlie himself, in the heavy months leading up to his sudden withdrawal from the public eye, had already begun to sense the shifting, treacherous sand beneath his feet. It is suggested by those in his inner circle that he had quietly and with grim deliberation begun restructuring his entire personal life, ensuring that his parents were not just visitors, but permanent, silent sentinels and vigilant witnesses to his children's daily lives. This calculated move by Charlie signals a profound and devastating lack of trust, a heartbreaking realization that the reality Erika had so carefully curated for him may have been nothing more than a masterfully maintained, high-stakes illusion. He wasn't just inviting his parents over for a Sunday meal, he was reportedly building a fortress, a protective perimeter around his children, preparing with a heavy heart for the day when the facade would finally, inevitably, and violently come crashing down. Now, with the chilling emergence of a leaked tape forcing these harrowing secrets out of the shadows and into the blinding, unforgiving light of public scrutiny, the demand for a DNA test stands as the ultimate non-negotiable ultimatum, a heart-shattering move that suggests Charlie's parents are now prepared to wage a scorched-earth legal battle for full custody if the results confirm their most agonizing and soul-crushing fears. This is no longer merely a scandalous whisper about a past flame or a momentary youthful indiscretion. This has escalated into a desperate, life-or-death fight for the very soul of the present and the hallowed, untouchable future of the Kirk legacy itself. In the wake of Charlie's tragic and sudden assassination in late 2025, a moment that froze the nation in grief, a hollow, aching void was left behind, one that many expected to be filled with months of solemn mourning and quiet, respectful reflection. Instead, the very air surrounding the Kirk estate has turned electric with a jagged, high-voltage suspicion that threatens to spark a secondary tragedy of total familial collapse. Reports indicate that Charlie's parents are moving with a sense of grim, unyielding urgency, a cold determination that suggests they are no longer fighting simply for the memory of a lost son, but for the biological purity and historical integrity of a lineage they believe may have been fundamentally compromised and tainted from its very inception. This dramatic escalation, the demand for a cold, clinical, and scientific DNA test, is not merely a request for clarity. It is a scathing, silent indictment of the years of pious and untouched branding that Erika Kirk used as a masterfully crafted shield to cement her status by Charlie's side. The stakes have transcended simple grief. We are now witnessing a desperate, high-stakes crusade by the Kirk elders to peel back the layers of a carefully curated facade, driven by a harrowing fear that the very children they hold dear may be the center of a deception that shatters the bedrock of their family's moral standing. It is a battle of bloodlines against branding, a war for the truth of a legacy that Charlie died to protect, and as his parents push for this ultimate ultimatum, they are signaling to the world that they will stop at absolutely nothing to ensure that the Kirk name is not carried forward under the banner of a devastating, life-altering lie. This isn't just about the heartbreak of a grieving family. It is about the integrity of the entire movement Charlie built. If the leaked audio and the overlapping timelines with past flames prove that the foundation was built on a lie, then the Kirk name itself becomes a battlefield. Every moment of their marriage, every public profession of faith, and every family milestone is now being viewed through the lens of this ultimate ultimatum. As the world watches, the Kirk parents are signaling that they would rather tear the facade down to the studs than let their grandchildren be raised under a banner of deception. The stakes have never been higher, as a simple laboratory result now holds the power to either salvage the remains of a broken family or ignite a firestorm that will leave the Kirk legacy in ashes. As the relentless paper trail of Erika's rebranded identity continues to bleed out, unearthing everything from her polished guest appearances on reality television to her surgically calculated maneuvers within the highest echelons of political power, the world stands frozen in time, a front-row witness to a high-stakes Shakespearean drama where the truth can no longer be massaged, spun, or hidden behind a veil of piety. The weight of this moment is truly unfathomable. The legacy of one of the most formidable and prominent families in the conservative movement now hangs by a single, fraying thread, dependent on a clinical, scientific result that will either serve as a divine vindication for a mother or deliver a final, devastating confirmation of a betrayal so deep and so dark that it defies human comprehension. If these explosive allegations prove to be true, the fallout will erupt like a volcano, spewing the molten ash of betrayal far beyond the smoldering ruins of a single marriage. We are talking about a seismic event that would send devastating shockwaves through every organization, every campus chapter, and every traditional pillar that Charlie Kirk spent his entire, tireless life building with unyielding, lion-hearted conviction. This isn't just a family crisis, it is a spiritual and political earthquake. The silence currently emanating from the inner circle, those who stood by Charlie during his meteoric rise, is not just quiet. It is a deafening, suffocating, and terrifyingly cold void that speaks of a trauma too deep for words. As the crushing, bone-deep pressure for the DNA results reaches a fever pitch, one haunting, echoing question remains to be answered in the hallowed halls of the Kirk legacy. Was this family's foundation truly built upon the solid, eternal rock of a pious faith? Or was it resting precariously on a hollow, carefully curated, and expertly camouflaged bed of shifting sand? The truth is coming like a relentless tidal wave that cannot be stopped by publicists or spin doctors, and when it finally breaks against the shore of public reality, it will irrevocably shatter everything we thought we knew about the Kirk family. It will leave in its wake only the wreckage of a broken trust, the ruins of a carefully crafted image, and a legacy forever marked by the question of what was real and what was merely a masterfully played role. We are standing at the edge of the abyss, waiting for the results that will either preserve a memory or ignite a firestorm that consumes it all. Subscribe now for more exclusive updates on this rapidly developing story as we continue to seek justice for Charlie's memory.